I've been in here for so long. They depend on me. They need me. I need them. No, 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 no. Just go. Just get out of here. Just get out. Just get out. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, 100 Days with Kadra. We are on day 33 of building our personal constitution. We are in our community amendment. We are discussing today is what to do when you feel isolated in your community. This is super important because we crave human connection and we do not want to starve ourselves from it. Sometimes people will be isolated and you're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm never going back. I hate it here. You know what? I don't need community. I'm done. I don't need people. I can be all by myself. Stop. You're not Batman, okay? You're not going to be in your room in the dark all the time, not talking to anyone, okay? We need people. When we feel isolated, it affects how we interact with the world, right? When you feel isolated, you feel mad, you feel angry, you feel alone. And what? You're going to be more mean. You're going to become, I don't want to say introverted, but a little bit more shy and anxious because you're going to feel like, oh my God, like if my own community is going to isolate me, then everyone else in the world is going to reject me. No, babe, it's just that small group of people. And lastly, it diminishes our self-worth, right? We begin to question. We begin to look around and ask, am I the problem? Am I really that ugly? Do I really stink? Do people really hate me that much that I have to be alone like this? And of course, we don't want to tie ourselves to the external validation, but come on. We need that community to uplift us, to give us courage, to give us love. There's only so much self-love can do. Community helps you build upon that and make it even stronger. First thing I want you to do in your personal constitution is write ways you can identify that you're being isolated, right? So, of course, you cannot pre-plan for every single situation in the world. I get it, right? But your personality is important in indicating this. For me, I would particularly feel isolated if I feel unheard and unseen, right? I love to talk. I love to engage, right? And if I feel like I can't engage with people in that community, then it's like, okay, I don't really want to be in that community versus someone else who maybe is a little bit shy or introverted and they're okay with being, you know, a little quiet enough to the side. They just want to be a part of it. They don't care to be in the mix, right? So it's important to identify what ways you would particularly feel isolated. Another biggie is overstep boundaries, right? So you need to list ways you may feel disrespected or feel like someone crossed the lines. Like, what is something where you're like, yo, like if this or anything close to the scope of this happens to me, I gotta get out. For instance, let's say in my community, I'm always the one being asked to support others. Ask. It's like, okay, like I say yes here and there. And every time that I ask for support, every time I reach out, every time whatever, everyone I'm hit with like no and oh I can't or nobody can be there for me. I would 100% feel isolated. I would feel unloved. I feel like, oh my God, these people are using me. I'd feel like boundaries have been crossed. I know that I feel isolated in that community and it's time for me to go. And sometimes, honestly, maybe you're just no longer aligned. You just need to take a step back so you can write ways to figure out if you're aligned with that community anymore. For instance, I know for me, I was big in accounting, right? And I found myself going to events and not being chipper, not being happy, not like really engaging. And yes, I love the people, but like when we had to really talk about accounting, like we really did. And like, I don't hate it. I think I'm just burnt out from public accounting, honestly. I found myself wanting to be unseen and unheard and taking a step back and that's how it felt. I don't like engaging with the community and feeling tired and like out of it and be like, God, I wish we could just be doing something else. God, I wish we could be talking about something else. That showed me that, hey, I'm no longer aligned. I used to be chipper, right? So if you know ways that you physically show that you are no longer aligned with a community and you want to write it down so that like it's like ingrained in your brain, like, okay, look, whenever you do this based on your personality type, you are no longer aligned. That means you need to take a step away. I know oftentimes people will stick through whatever because it's like, I've been in here for so long. They depend on me. They need me. I need them. No. Just go. Just get out of here. Just get out. Just get out. Don't hold yourself hostage in places you no longer align with. Okay, number 2, let's say you have identified that you feel isolated in community. Boom. Okay, now what? You have to ask yourself, does it warrant changing communities or shifting? Let's say you're Christian, right? Specifically Catholic. You go to church, you're not feeling it, and you're not sure, like, oh my God, like, do I just not jive with Jesus? Is God really that man? You find yourself pondering and wondering. You're like, or is it the congregation? Is it just the congregation? You don't know. So you're like, fuck it. All right. I'm gonna try Buddhism, right? Maybe you need that 180, something completely different, right? You go, you try it, you love it. Oh my God, okay. You found your place. But let's say okay. You go to Buddhism. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I like Jesus. I just don't think I like that church, right? And you're like, okay, it was the wrong beat, right? I don't need Buddhism. I just need to become Baptist, right? Maybe you just need to shift, right? And I'm using this example because it's just funny. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would kind of understand what I'm talking about, but you're like, okay, I just need to shift the congregation, shift the denomination, whatever, right? But I still like said religion or topic or interest or whatever. This is just an example. It's okay to change communities. Realize like, oh crap, actually I didn't want to change the community. I just wanted to change the people around me, right? And then to go back and then find it again. Like, you don't have to hold yourself hostage wherever you pick. You don't have to punish yourself for making the wrong decision. It's okay to explore your options. And honestly, I feel like when you explore your options and then you finally pick something, you're like, yo, I really like this because I looked at everything and I said, you know what, I still want this. Or I looked at everything and I said, you know what, I want something completely different. It makes you stand 10 toes deep in your decision. It makes you feel more confident in it when you allowed yourself to explore. A little FYI, I am creating a personalized affirmation app. And if you haven't done so already, go to my description box, join our emailing listing if you're interested for when it comes out, and to answer my survey so I understand what your needs are. Thank you. I love you. And let's continue with the rest of the video. And number 3, of course, you need to write ways you can find your community. Lucky enough for you, we already discussed this. On day 31, how will you find community? One of the things we talked about was reaching out to others, talking to friends and family, getting guidance from them, ensuring that you practice self-compassion as you are finding your community, being patient with the process because sometimes it takes a while. Again, going from Christianity to Buddhism doesn't happen in just one day versus like a downtown art studio to an east side art studio, right? It depends on the type of community you're shifting or changing from. We talked about using social media or libraries or community centers to find events and communities that you want to engage with. The classes and workshops, or even using event platforms like Eventbrite and Ticketmaster to go to concerts or events or things around you that you may have to pay a little cash for, but you're willing to do that to find your people, right? There are many, many ways to find community. Overall, you just need to listen to your body and your mind when you feel isolated. Do not stay anywhere longer than you have to, especially places you don't feel loved or seen. You're not a bad person for wanting to explore your options, right? I'm literally here being a content creator, right? I spent so many of my years, so many of my life knowing for a fact that I was going to be an accountant and go into accounting and do XYZ. And I'm just not like, wow, like I knew nothing and I had to change. Okay, this is more about career, which we could talk about in our later amendment, but it is changing interests. It is changing my community because I no longer feel like I can truly relate to my friends who are like making their stance in accounting and making their careers in accounting. I'm just like, fuck, like I wish I was sure. Like I wish I was still sure about it. But I'm like, okay, it's okay that I'm in this process of figuring out what I like. And maybe I will go back. Maybe I just need to go in private. And it will allow me more time to explore the other communities and interests I have, you know? Like I'm allowing myself that nuance and that gray area to explore and say, hey, I can come back, or hey, maybe I just need to be in limbo for a little while. And I've been in limbo for a little while. Okay, I don't know when this video comes out if I'm still in limbo. Hopefully not. But it's okay. It's okay, right? Growing up, I always felt like I had my shit together, right? And now I'm like, when I really should, I'm like, oh, I don't. And it's okay. 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 All right. I just want to say that. And I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in our last section of this amendment. Like, comment, subscribe, and definitely check out my other channels, Affirmly Sounds for soundscapes and Affirmly Active Affirmations for personalized affirmations and affirmation guided yoga.